I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you test questions from polynomial functions. The question here is, sketch a graph of the function y equals to 4x to the power of 4 plus 6x cubed minus 6x squared minus 4x. Now to sketch this function, we should factor it. So let us factor the function and then try to sketch it. We have 4x to the power of 4 plus 6x cubed minus 6x squared minus 4x. Now 2x is common, so we can take 2x common. We get 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 3x minus 2. Now to factor this cubic polynomial, we can try plus minus 1 or plus minus 2, right? Since 2 is a common number here, or we can try plus minus half. So these are the factors which we could try. So let us say this is our function f of x. So let's begin with plus minus 1, plus 1. So what is f of 1? F of 1 will be, so we have 2 times 1, just 2. So we are doing inside function, no need to do this part anyway. So we get 2 plus 3 minus 3 minus 2, which is indeed 0. So that means 1 is a factor. Now what we can do is we can do synthetic division and find the other factors. So we are trying to do synthetic division for this cubic part. We already know x is a factor. Now the coefficients here are, let me start from here. So the coefficients here are 2, 3, minus 3 and minus 2. We are going to divide by 1 since that gave us a 0, right? And so we know x minus 1 is a factor, correct? So we already have a factor of 2x, correct? And now we found another factor which is x minus 1. Okay, so dividing by, or let's say synthetic division, gives us what? So we'll bring down 2, multiply by 1 right here, add them, 5, multiply by 1 right there, add them, minus 2, multiply by 1 right there, so sorry, plus 2, and when we write here we get 0 as expected. So zeros are remainder. So the other factor is 2x squared. So this is now, since this was a cubic equation which we divided by a linear factor, we get a quadratic equation which is 2x squared plus 5x plus 2, right? So that is the last factor, the quadratic one. Now here we can factor this also. We need product of 2 times 2 is 4 and sum of 5, right? So we can write this as equal to 2x squared plus 4x plus x plus 2. Now we can group and then factor, right? So in the first two terms, what is common to us? 2x is common. Let me push the page a bit in front. So we get factor this 2x. We have x plus 2, and here we already have x plus 2. So we can now factor x plus 2 and we'll get 2x plus 1, right? Since we have completed the factoring, let us write down the original function in the factored form. So the original function was 4x4 plus 6x cubed minus 6x squared minus 4x, and this is equal to 2x times x minus 1 times x plus 2 times 2x plus 1. So that is how we can factor the given polynomial. Now here we have 4 zeros, right? So let's plot these 4 zeros and then the graph. So this 0 is at 0, so that is the first 0. All are linear. Here we have a 0 at plus 1. Let's say this is the 0 at plus 1. This 0 is at minus 2, so this is 1 and this is minus 2. And this 0 is at minus half. So that is minus half. To get the zeros, you have to equate each to 0, right? So if you equate to 0, you get x equals to minus half. That is how you get, correct? Now the end behavior is that all these coefficients are positive. So right side is up. So we'll sketch this using a different ink. Right side is up for us. Now the degree is 4. So both will face the same side, correct? And since they are linear, the function will cross here. All these it will cross, correct? It will cross here, cross there, come down, and then this. So that is how the graph is going to be. So we can join them with a smooth curve like this. Do you see that? And that gives you the function, right? So that is how you can sketch the given function. So I hope the steps are very clear. Since we had this 4-degree equation, x was common, in fact 2x was common, so we got the first factor. Then we had a cubic equation, we tried numbers, f of 1 gave us a 0, so we divided by 1 using synthetic division, right? And got a factor x minus 1 times the quadratic equation, 2x squared plus 5x plus 2, which we factored using product and sum. Product of 4, sum of 5. So we could split 5x as 4x plus x, group factoring, and then factored this as x plus 2 times 2x plus 1. Thereby writing our polynomial as product of 4 factors, which gave us 4 linear zeros. Knowing end behavior, because of the leading coefficient being positive, is both sides upright. As x approaches positive or negative infinity, y approaches positive infinity. Linear zeros, that means it is going to cross like a line at the x-intercepts, and then we roughly sketched our graph. To get more accurate result, what you can do is you can find value of f of minus 1, for example, right, and then get these points, or f of plus half. If you calculate those values, you'll get this point. That is going to give you accuracy for this particular graph, okay? But that is good enough. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.